yourself, Silver! Woo!
Hello, it's Dave here.
And it's Tom.
And today we're looking at Battleborn, which is a brand new multiplayer online shooter by Gearbox Software.
Right, so this is part of a new wave of Moba FPS games in the line that Blizzard are following with Overwatch. So what has Gearbox gone for with this game?
Okay, well they're basically taking sort of traditional Moba elements into a first-person shooter here. So rather than just having the standard sort of player versus player where you just kill each other, you basically have like tower defense elements, so you have to sort of escort robots across the map while attempting to sort of capture enemies' base, that kind of stuff.
Okay, so typical MOBA style of game then, but we are getting a full 1080p presentation from both sides on console.
Yeah, so Gearbox are using Unreal Engine 3 setup here, and it looks to be like an extension of the same sort of engine they had for Borderlands.
And a sort of similar cartoony style, that very outrageous, bombastic, almost cel-shaded look that they went for last time is back.
Yeah, it's very, very similar. There are a few differences though. I think the materials and stuff look a lot more realistic than they did in Borderlands. So they're kind of towing the line a little bit rather than going all out cartoony. They want to have, I guess, a next-gen style polish to it.
Right, so we're doing the comparisons here based on, is it the multiplayer or the kind of single-player portion where we can match things up better?
So here I've got the game story mode, but I'm playing it in multiplayer. So we've got just players helping each other sort of kill waves of enemies. But there is a separate PvP multiplayer mode as well.
Which we haven't really tested so far.
Well, I tested both out, but performance is exactly the same between the story mode and the multiplayer aspect.
Okay, so in terms of the visuals, have you noticed anything different at all between PS4 or Xbox One? Or is it another one of those, oh, it's the same sort of scenarios?
It's basically one of those, it's the same, so it's an identical match.
Yeah, I see your notes as well. Anisotropic filtering the same, shadows the same. And to add to that, we've got a 30 FPS line, which is kind of, well, it's not entirely what you want from a competitive shooter in this style. Overwatch went for 60 FPS and it sticks to that pretty well. But here, it looks like Gearbox seemed pretty content to stick with what Borderlands was running at on last gen.
Yeah, I wonder whether that might be because there's quite a lot of particle effects and alpha going on in the matches when things get heated up, so perhaps it was a case that they, maybe wouldn't be able to sustain solid 60 FPS, so 30 seemed like the logical choice.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but it does look, it is going all guns blazing, literally, on this, so I think we'll have to see how it bears out. There's a lot of these types of shooters coming out all at once, and especially when it's compared to Overwatch, I'll be interested to see which one kind of wins out in the end.
Yeah, it's interesting because Overwatch seems to have a bigger following and a lot more publicity, whereas this one's kind of sailed by without much sort of hype behind it.
Yeah, it kind of snuck in under the radar. Now they're going all out with the kind of marketing. Anyway, technically very similar, 30 FPS, similar visuals.
Yep, and performance seems to hold up very well too, so there's occasional sort of single frame drops or tears, but that's not really noticeable and doesn't affect the gameplay. There was one point where I saw Xbox One drop down to 24 FPS in the story mode, but it's a bit of an outlier really. It didn't really happen when you're sort of blowing lots of stuff up, so from that perspective, performance-wise, it's a solid showing. So yeah, I think that about covers it. Anyway, if you enjoyed this analysis, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe, and until next time, thanks for watching.